There are three sayings of Sri Krishna in the Gita. One is Yoga Karma Sukhavasam. Yoga is really action done skillfully and well. Name Bhakta Pranasati. The Bhakta, he who has consecrated to the divine himself with psychic fervor, is never perishes. It doesn't come into difficulties. Three is Jnanita Atmaiva Madam. The man of knowledge, self-knowledge is myself, says Sri Krishna. So, and another saying, pregnant saying, is Tasmat Yogi Bhavarjuna. So, live in yoga. Whatever you do it with the consciousness that it is the divine that has given you that thing, and you consecrate back to the divine and live in the consciousness, live in yoga with the divine. Can those who profess other religions be a Hindu? There is caste and exclusiveness. Hinduism is really Hinduism. It's a deep introspective way of collective life, as we have already seen. All those who feel God in the heart of beings and who serve creatures conscious of the God in all who love, give, serve, meditate and realize the one in the many, all followers of Hinduism. Rigid casteism is unknown to the Hindu Dharma. It's a wrong overgrowth. The Veda regards the human aggregate as a body. The brain thinks, the arm protects, the limbs move and act, and the legs walk and run errands. The Hindu must be divine in heart, brain, a hero in arms, active in industry and commerce. He must be a servant of God in humanity. Ekavarnam idam purvam vishwamasi yudhishthara karma kriya viseshana chaturvanyam pradishtham, says Mahabharata. There is only one collective humanity at the beginning, and the difference lies in work, in the sort of work that one takes, not the birth. See, by birth all are equal. What does Hinduism envisage? It's a liberal, soul-conscious collective life in tune with the infinite that Hinduism envisages. Kanaka, Nandana, Tukaram, Vagis, Jnanasambandha, Tyagaraja, Nammalvar, Andal, Veera, Tulasdas, Kabir, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Dayananda, Ram Mohan, Tagore, Gandhi, Aurobindo, Ramana are Hindus, though their thoughts and acts are different. Ekam Satya, truth is one, is a significant dictum of the Hindu religion. Hinduism is a Samayoga, a spiritual socialism. Why is Hinduism called Sanatana Dharma? What is its technique? For it is the most ancient religion revealed by God to seeds of light and love. It's unique in its application to the individual as well as collective life. It is Unitarian in its aspects, and everyone as his part is Swadharma in the whole, just as every part contributes to the running of a mission. It has no quarrel with any other faith. It never disturbs the equilibrium of unity in multiplicity. Its current moves every part of the universal mechanism. To act the Dharma, conscious of the Brahma in all, is its technique. What's the goal of Hinduism? Is it in or out? Religions built around personalities point to heaven as the goal of life. Hinduism says heaven or hell, good or bad, weal or woe is in your mind. To rise above these dualities and be the blissful self-I is the goal of Hinduism. All pleasures born of the senses and the mind are evanescent. They change and vanish. The real delight is in the self. Great saints like Ramana, Ramakrishna established truths that bliss, the truth that is bliss in the core of being. To be calm and tranquil in the heart is bliss. How to effect this teaching? To effect this, we must start meditation every evening. Gandhiji was conducting evening prayers and the nation marched to freedom to the rhythm of Ram Nam. Let us praise the hymn Om Jaya Om, Om Jyoti Om, Suddha Shakti Om, and march victoriously to the goal of life, which consists of purity, unity and dignity. We carry heavy burdens, gasping for breath in the uphill march of life. Does anyone carry loads of silver money and gold coins on the head when he goes on a marriage? A tablet set will do, will serve your purpose. A currency of high denomination will do. Be God conscious. March onward, pilgrim. March onward. Now I shall tell you how to train missionaries of Hinduism and a program for the training course. Om Sagana Bhavatu Saganau Bhunaktu Sagabhidyan Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. How to train missionaries of universal religion. This lecture was delivered in Tirupati under the presidency of His Holiness Kamagoti Shankaracharya. We have gathered here in the holy presence of our revered Kamagoti Acharya to consider dynamic ways of improving Hinduism. I mean universal Hinduism. Hindu Sanatana Dharma must accept its ancient glory and as well as its utility for the modern age. The Hindu Sanatani is one who lives in tune with the soul that is equal in all. The Hindu regards Om as his mantra, Veda as his scripture, Gita as his course. The Hindu accepts the Gita, adores Gayatri, protects the cow, worships God by meditation or puja. India's glory is the religion of the Vedas and Agamas. Our Sanatana Dharma is purely God-centric and no, it's not man-centric. It's not a personality cult. It's a religion for all. All nations preserve their religious traditions in one form or other. Other religions have prophets, Bibles, symbols, shrines and missionaries. The Hindu religion is broken into sectarian groups. We must all unite and bring them under the truth of Ekam Sat, one God, one world and one soulhood of humanity. The first need of our religion is a well-chosen synthetic scripture which will be accepted and practiced by all Hindus and liked by others also. I have compiled such a book. It's called Veda Sadhanam. It contains hymns from the Vedas, Sandhya and Havanam, Gayatri, that is prayers and meditations on all Hindu forms of God, selections from Vedas, Upanishads, Gita, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas containing universal teachings of Hinduism, bhajans selected from all the Indian languages and from the songs of great inspired saints, songs of unity and felicity chosen from Vedic hymns, mantra japas and Suprabhadam, Sahasranam and Lakshmi Stotram and Lalita Sahasranam. A textbook for moral classes. I am comparing such a textbook at the request of many savants. This contains episodes from the lives of great men, East and West, Ancient rishis, saints, seer poets, heroes, scientists, adventurers, scholars, kings, with a moral on each page. The book contains 250 pages with an elaborate introduction on the universal codes of collective life. For instance, in the life of Ramanuja, his boldness in preaching to all Narayana mantra shall be taken. In the life of Shankara, the story behind Bhajagovindam, Manusha Panchakam and Shivananda Lahiri shall be taken. The book shall be an inspiring guide for students and elders too. A textbook of Hinduism, 250 pages, contains who is a Hindu, what is Hinduism, what is the essence of all the world religions, the history of Hindu Dharma, Hinduism among world religions, Vedas, Agamas, Vedanta, Siddhanta, 6 darsanas and dharmas, ashrams, 4 yogas, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, sadhanas, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Dhyana, Dharana, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Mantra, Yantra, Tantra Yogas, keep fit, health tips, Hindu ceremonies and their significance, laws of karma, rebirth, Pancha Yajnas, the cults of Shankara, Ramanuja, Desika, Madhva, Vallabha, Nimbarka, Basava, Nayanmars, Alvars, Megandar, Tirumular, Vemana, Samartha Guru Ramadas, Guru Nanak, Guru Govind, Ravalinga, Gandhi, Ramana, Sri Aurobindo, etc. etc. Temple worship, the importance of image worship, mantras and samskaras, Hinduism as a universal religion, missionary training, 7 missionary training. I can also undertake to train Hindu missionaries. I have a quiet, peaceful resort in the Yoga Samaj. I can dedicate that place to train missionaries. A camp of 1 month can be held during May holidays. The trainees shall learn 10 asanas, pranayams, inner pranayam as well as outer pranayam, meditation, Vedic prayers, the whole Gita, hymns of bhajans for bhakti sadhana and nama sankirtans, quotations and quotations from various ancient textbooks, questions and answers on Hindu Dharma, easy methods of curing diseases, how to do missionary work, the power of speech and action, hints for Hindu missionaries. I suggest also a pilgrimage program of trained sadhus under the leadership of a sage. They will go to sacred places all over India, hold mass prayers, bhajans, yoga camps, Gita classes, worship in temples, chant Vedic hymns there. This will give a psychic awakening to the whole country. These sadhus will be exemplars before humanity of how a Hindu lives his dharma. During special occasions and marriages, the common book shall be distributed along with tamburam, and lectures shall be held on Hinduism. Let us fulfill these programs for the present and look for more services. And we must perform Havan constantly and bring round the Havan fire the whole community. All these things shall be fulfilled by the grace of Venkataramana. Jai Jai Venkataramana, Venkataramana Sankataharana, Lakshmi Varada Mam Pahi, Venkataramana Sankataharana, Lakshmi Varada Mam Pahi. Go on. Now I am going to speak about spiritual integration. I like this country, Malaya, very much. Like the horse, it has got also 4 compartments. The heart has got auricles and ventricles, 4 chambers. Just like that, this country has also Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam. Fundamentally, all these religions are one, especially when we take into consideration the soul of man that is equal in all, the heart that is equal in all, and the love that is one for all, and the service that everybody must do. Take into consideration these things, there is a natural basis for all religions to unite. All religions have their origin in India and Arabia and China. Vedic religion is the most ancient. It's an impersonal religion. Vedanta and Siddhanta are its two lungs. Upanishad is its heart. This religion, called Hinduism, has become Unduism today. There is no organization, no missionaries, no support. The ordinary man in the street doesn't know that he is a Hindu. It is losing its strength and solidarity every day due to the impact of other religions. There may be 400 crores, there may be 50 crores or 52 crores or 54 crores of Hindus, increasing every day. In a few years it will become 60 crores or 80 crores. Today, increasing every day, but they are broken to 1,000 sectarian camps. Buddhism, an offshoot of the Vedic faith, is the crowning religion of today. More than 75 crores follow it. Buddhism dominates China, Japan, Southeast Asia. There are thousands of bhikkhus to propagate this religion. The Christian religion, which comes next, counts several crores, more than 70 crores of followers. Islam, more than 40 crores. Jains, 15 crores, 15 lakhs. Sikhs, 57. And Zoroastrians, 1.25 lakhs. What do these religions say? They say love, purity, equality and charity are ways and means of happiness. They have scriptures and innumerable booklets. None can follow all and read all. There is one religion, the religion of the heart, the religion of love. Love God, serve humanity. Service is the practical Upanishad. The cross symbolizes sacrifice. The crescent signifies peace and gentleness. The flame of wisdom, adapted by the Zoroastrians, signifies goodness and purity. And swastika, the symbol of Buddhism, signifies unity. It's a symbol of unity of religions. And we have got a yogic symbol also, that is Om, the sun, the blue flag in the middle of it, the sun is seen, and in the center a cipher put signifying Om. Thus all religions unite together. But really, religions divide humanity. The modern dynamic religions are personality cults. They come from prophets. But there is a religion purely God-centric, and that religion is the religion of the Vedanta and Siddhanta. There is only one religion for all. It is binding the minds back to God. God in the heart through intense love. Today, religions are broken into group prejudices. The groups of disciples are engaged more in boasting themselves and decrying others than in practicing truth and love, which are the essence of religions. India especially is divided into 1,000 opposing camps, like Dvaita, Advaita, Visishtadvaita. These must give way to psychic love. Let us see the darshanas upon which the Hindu religion is based. Vedas are the fountainheads of religions. They say thou art that, Tatvamasi. Darshanas explain the Vedas. There are 6 darshanas, 6 schools of philosophies. Kapila's Sankhya, treats about the soul involved in the 24 principles containing the mind, life and body. The Jiva uses body, mind, life and senses for its expression. The Nyaya philosophy of Gautama, through induction and deduction, arrives at one reality, that is God. Vaiseshika of Kanada maintains the one reality behind the variations of nature. The Yoga of Patanjali, through its eightfold practices of moral conduct, worship, firm pose, breath control, ingathering, introspection, concentrated meditation and self-identification, leads to inner realization. The Purva Mimamsa of Jaimini insists upon karmas as the means of purification of the mind for the realization of the unique divine. Uttara Mimamsa of Vyasa, otherwise called Vedanta, which is the crown of the Vedas, maintains Brahman as the only thing that is, and everything is the manifestation of that unique one. The Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras are the tripods upon which Vedanta stands. Truth is based upon the unity of hearts in divine consciousness. It unites all these religions and philosophies and finds unity in multiplicity. Therefore, we have to take into account all the essence of all these darshanas, the essence of the teachings of ancient rishis, and find out a new way, a synthetic way, by which the whole humanity can come together and adapt a path of love and service. Our darshana is prema darshana. It is intense love towards our fellow beings and expression of that love through service. One thing I have to insist upon is the spiritual bliss and freedom are equal to all. Perturbed mind is hell, peaceful mind is heaven. The creeds spun around personalities have raised world-dividing sectarian force. The evolutionary thought of humanity seeks to find out a forward means of cosmic existence in the freedom of the eternal truth. Humanity is tired of canonical codes and mere externalities of worship. The image worship was meant to develop concentration, but it has multiplied pontific, self-centered and sectarian camps and mechanized formalities and feudal force of separative isms, stereotyped customs, narrow prejudices, mutual hatreds and blind passion round varying castes. These mental barricades prevent man from his straight approach to Godhood. Mere moral rigmaroles, repeated ad nauseam, have become effort. Be good, do good, speak truth, love all, it's all very good. But if people really speak the truth and love all, what's the need of such heavy taxes, military budgets and so many codes, prisons and laws and punishments? In fact, the spoken precepts are not lived. Hence, in this century, Sri Aurobindo, Mahatma Gandhi, Ramana Maharishi, Meher Baba remain silent, and I have been silent all my life. I spent 25 years, rather 40 years in perfect dynamic silence, and even now I speak only 2 hours a day. So, silent exemplars of this age teach us the extreme religion of love. That is the universal religion. Without love, man is dead. Man has created innumerable isms around his mental conceptions. Pragmatism, nihilism, idealism, socialism, nationalism, communism, jingoism, all children of vital egoism, leading to military anarchism. So, you must think deeply and come to the conclusion that there is no creature that is not destined for the supreme goal, as there is no river which is not winding its way towards the sea. In the human form, which is the crowning product of evolution, the divine life is enmeshed in samskaric deposits of the mind. Like the dust that accumulates on the shoes of the traveler on foot, on the shoes on the foot of a traveler, these samskaras are gathered by the pilgrim as he treads the evolutionary path. The dust must be removed and the feet cleansed. One by one, the many-colored attachments to the false must be relinquished. Bit by bit, the samskaric kindreds, feeding the deceptive flames of separative ego, must be replaced by the imperative evidence of the unquenchable flame of truth. Truth and love are the systole and diastole of religions. When humanity lives in tune with the unique soul, the world can live in the peace and bliss of spiritual integration. This integration comes by a collective inner communion. By the silent communion, the mind settles in the self and unity is born. One humanity, this is the slogan of the time spirit. But is it possible in this world of multicolored variations, group prejudices and sectarian ramparts, castes, creeds and racial prides? Shakespeare speaks about man from the mouth of Hamlet. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in appreciation how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me what is this quintessence of dust? Hamlet here thinks of man, the body. Man, body is verily dust and returns to dust. Hamlet also thinks man the soul. The soul is eternal. Any anatomist will tell us that the body contains 206 bones, 555 muscles, 2,50,000 sweat glands, 25 lakhs of sweat glands, 33 feet of alimentary canal, lungs that can hold 250 cubic inches of air, 33 spinal bones, a brain space that can be spread out for 670 inches, so many nerves, glands and hormones. But the wise man seeks the man within, man who breathes in the lungs, who sobs in the heart, who sees through the sense windows, who tastes from the tongue, and who feels and thinks in us. The bulb is not the reality of the lamp. The flame is its reality. And there is a current passing through the wire connection to produce the flame. One current manifests as many, as light, heat, sound, air, coolness and motion. Even so, there are 4 parts in our being: body, connected by life, is to be connected life to the mind connected to the psychic heart, which is connected to the soul. It is like a watch in which the hands, wheels, air spring and other mechanisms are moved by a subtle force produced by by our keying daily. The whole mechanism is the objective part of it, and the force of action is the subjective part. The objective part maybe many, there are many kinds of watches, but the force which is the object, which is the soul of the watch, radios and transistors may be of several sizes and names and patterns, but all of them are moved and actuated by one electronic force. They radiate the same sound waves gathered from the nearest station. A transistor with no wire connection is able to pick up the local broadcast exactly like a big radio with aerials. How? Because the connecting sound waves have the same ethereal forces behind them. Even so, whatever be the outward appearance of man, their subjective life spirit is one, and in that oneness we find perfect unity. Bulbs may be of many colors, but the current and flame are one. Weights differ from the balancing force, but the balancing force is one. Reeds are many, but music and harmony are one. Trees are many, but the garden is one. Shores are many, but the sea is one. Flowers of many, but honey is one. Look at the sky at night. There are billions of stars in the Milky Way itself. In the Milky Way itself, there is an assemblage of more than 300,000 million stars. Sun is the nearest star at a distance of 4.2 light years, or 25 into 10, 12 miles. This earth is a chip of that sun. It's an atom in that vast universe. What are we in this earth? A tiny speck in the firmament. Can this speck, this electrified atom, deny the limitless expanse and its mysterious creator? Albert Einstein says, the harmony of universal law naturally reveals a super intelligence behind this universe and universe of multiforms. The human intelligence is an utter insignificant reflection, a nothingness before that omnipotent reality called God. The diversity of phenomenal worlds and jumble of many things in it have their subjective unity in the noumenon, the unique one in all. The dreamers of one humanity must realize this one divinity in all. The art of realizing, that art of realizing is yoga or religion. It is otherwise called, it's called now yoga, but it must be really called yoga. Both carry the same meaning, to yoke the mind back to the soul and the soul to the divine. Mind is the connecting link between body and soul, and psychic love is the current of that inner connection and communion. To follow that inner current of communion is yoga or meditation. When mind, wandering through the senses, lives in body consciousness, it finds itself in a kaleidoscopic world of many differences of names, forms, formalities, manners, creeds and races. When mind through psychic purity lives conscious of the equal spirit, it sees unity and harmony. It sees the self in all and all in the self. I show you a group photo. You are interested in it when your picture is in the group. You are interested in a magazine when your article is there. You keep your hands in the chest and say, I am so and so, I have written this. This I is dominant in our thoughts and words and acts. This I is like the silver screen upon which reels of many-colored world play. Reels of many-colored world play. But the I must be continuous, conscious. It must be conscious of the witnessing light in the projector, whose rays shine on the screen. This I, wandering whiles with the mind, of sense impressions is tasked by modes and dualities of the lower nature. Then it sees many variations, many sensations, perceptions, impressions, and loses peace and power. The sigh withdrawn from the mental modifications and connected with the psychic heart and soul sees the unique one in all and reaches the fountain of self-delight. Francis Thompson, in his famous Sound of Heaven, says, "Ah, fondest, blindest, weakest, and he whom thou seekest, all things betray thee who betray thee. Naught shelters thee who will not shelter thee." That majestic reality, that mystic reality is the soul of unity. There is a mystery behind the mystery of the universe. There is only one religion for all. That religion is yoga. Yoga means unity with the divine, yoking of the mind to the divine that is in all. It is binding the mind back to God in the heart through intense love. Today, religions are broken into group prejudice. The groups of disciples are engaged more in boasting themselves and declaring others than practicing truth and love, which are the essence of religions. India especially is divided into 1,000 opposing camps. These must give way to psychic love. And psychic love is the central current of all religions. So, friends, today I assure you that the whole humanity can come together and live in one spiritual socialism as one body in the collective soul, a collective soul consciousness. It can live an eternal life in the eternal soul. One method of doing it is deep meditation. When you rise up in the morning, clean your teeth, drink 5 mouthfuls of water, and then sit deeply in meditative introspection for 1 hour. Don't rise from your perch. And you can find slowly a vibrating force. And that force will lead you from the physical plane to the vital plane, to the vital plane to the mental plane, and mental plane to supramental plane, supramental to bliss, and that to knowledge, and that to truth. When the heart becomes clean like the mirror, shining like the mirror, the light of the divine reflects upon it. And we have simply to concentrate upon that light, and that light will lead you to beatitude and felicity. You can enjoy divine felicity within you. The solution for all ills of the world is dissolution of craving, egoism, and greed for power. Saints have taken up this work today. Like scientists, they too have made silent researches in mystic laboratory of the self and have discovered ways and means of peaceful living. I have spent almost 40 years in perfect silence, doing many experiments in yoga, experiments with myself, and I have collected all the experiments in a magnum opus, Bharata Shakti, in Gospel of Perfect Life, in Yoga for All, in Secrets of Yoga, in so many volumes. I have found out the central force that actuates the whole existence of humanity. Just as gravity lived before Newton, spiritual truths also lived before saints and yogis. Discovered them by meditation and self-identification. Scientists discovered the atomic force and yogins discovered the atmic force, millions of times more dynamic than material forces. Science has led man to civilized animality. Science is in the hands of warmongers now, who are up to manufacture lethal weapons to destroy humanity. Science is being raped. Science must be harnessed for constructive purposes that will do good to humanity. It must unite with yoga, then only it can do good to humanity. Because yogi scientists will not dare to throw bombs upon other countries. My great mission in life is to raise the collective life of man with the scientific foundation and yogic edifice. Rather, scientific basis and yogic superstructure. Yogins lead man to blissful divinity. Scientists have created cosmonauts. Yogins have created souls of cosmic consciousness. They have led the evolution of consciousness from animality to humanity, humanity to divinity. Science in the hands of warmongers has led men from humanity to brutality. The capacity for murder and massacre increases manifold, millionfold as science advances. There are dangerous atomic nuclear weapons today that can kill thousands of towns in a minute. The story from the Upanishad says that Indra, the god of intellect, Vayu, the vital force, and Agni, the fire, could not move a spiritual atom placed before them. The divine grace reveals the glory of the one who is the mind of the mind, ear of the ear, speech of the speech, eye of the eye, and life of the life. That from which all creatures evolve, in which exist and into which involve. That is the unique one, the source and the source of all beings. Yatho vayumani bhutari jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhijam visanti tad vijignasasva tad brahmiti satapotipyata satapastatva. Tomorrow I will speak about the spiritual socialism, that is the unique way of collective living in this world. Thank you. Brothers and sisters of Geneva, I am going to deal with many vital subjects. First of all, I shall draw a picture of how the present world is. Then I shall go to the mind which controls the mind, the life of all human beings. Next, I shall tell you how to train this mind so that humanity can live with mental peace. And then I shall deal with the spirit that is behind the mind and go to spiritual socialism. 1. The Book of Life is an ancient account of hopes and failures. More failures than hopes, more tears than cheers. Except a few lines of pleasure here and there, its pages are painted with the black ink of dark despair and doleful disappointments. Fear, anger, treachery, betrayal, perfidy, lust, greed, envy, hatred, anxiety, passion, murder, disease, death, etc. are some of the chapter headings of this book of life. Lust overlaps love. Fear follows hope. The book of life, though bound in gilded beauty and wanton pride, contains stories of mental worries and vital passions which overthrow peace and patience. Take any page, you will taste poisoned honey, tempting pleasure and vexing grief. Shakespeare and Schiller's have woven tragedies from the comedies of existence. A loves B in a heat of vital passion. B pretends to love and ruins A and runs away to C. C becomes a rival enemy of A and acts the climax of tragedy. For the sake of B, A and C fight, and the three are caught in tragic danger. They are tormented by a betrayal. An innocent man gives advance to a friend who comes close to him to purchase a machine. The friend spends everything and dodges. No machine, no money. The innocent man lodges police complaints. The rogue denies receipt of money and becomes his critic and enemy. A poor widow deposits her jewels with a relative who sells them away and deceives the widow. The innocent lady cries to God's mercy, beating her breast. Nothing comes out of her wailing except tears. Life is a thick cloud of disappointments, silvered with momentary joy. I have fairly travelled all over the world and seen millions of men and women and watched their life in close quarters. I have studied my own life, which is a chain of disappointments linked by the joy of wisdom gained by so many sufferings. Who has the sympathy to help me and understand my problems? I entrust manuscripts to publishers. They make a capital out of them, leaving me alone with my pen and poverty. I have ink in my pen to write 1,000 stories of disappointments and betrayals. During my long world tours, I have seen peculiar cases of desperate grievances, tragic scenes of human betrayal. How many Iagos, how many Tartus and Don Juans and Falstaffs played discords in the concord of conjugal life. See the international life. Why should one nation hate another? Why should Laos suffer and Algiers and Congo? And indeed, why should Africa suffer from nations equipped with atomic missiles? And why should poor people's money be spent for nuclear weapons by pragmatic political scientists? From kitchen to Kremlin, the world is a warfield threatening extinction of man. I happened to meet in Germany a Jew who gave the frightful accounts of sufferings during the World War. He came from Dresden, which was heavily bombed, and his home, family and children were shattered to pieces by air bombs. His mother was a pious lady, a hotel keeper, and his father, an electrician, died of shock. He prayed to God, but God could not raise the dead nor bring him food. His faith was shaken by rude shocks of life. Yet he had a corner for God in his heart and demanded, can my Sunday prayers bring me money? No Sunday prayers, but everyday work will bring you money, new means of living, my poor brother. I saw thousands of children left forlorn in the streets, and each child was a novel and drama of tragic destiny in life. Their parents were killed in cold blood by Nazi tyrants. A vegetable farmer, in Potsdam collective farm, gave me such an account of his customers, rich and poor, that I can weave 1,000 thrillers from his story. His life everywhere is bloody, miserable. Can a better life dawn upon humanity? Is there hope? Is there a way to dissolve the difficulties confronting existence? Can we walk without hurt and hitch in this dark valley of rugged obstacles? Each heart is smitten with grief. Love and hate run riot with each other. Tragic clouds overwhelm hilarious moments in life. Molière died laughing too much. Verlaine, poet, died drinking too much. Sex kills passionate souls. A sudden arrow of destiny shatters prospects in life. Trudging across the busy Ginza street in Tokyo, I saw a man who lost everything in the nightclub and gambling booth and turned mad and was taken to lunatic asylum as a dangerous man. The richest have the greatest wants. Someone demanded, "Oh destiny, why is your hand so crooked? Which part of mine is straight?" answered destiny. Life in press and platform politics is a maelstrom of selfish passions, with wild scenes of hectic propaganda to bring the weight of public favor this side or that side. The breath of life is baked in the fire of passions. It's a naked fact. The shaft of sorrow has entered each heart, shattering all mental plans, and man seeks for the hidden springs of peace and joy. Reader, come. Oh, listener, gentlemen, brothers and sisters, come to us, come, let us think together and try to solve the riddle of existence, beset with hard problems. Let us plunge beyond waves and bubbles and sound the depth of jumbled truth. Let us try to break the veil of worry and unrest and reach the clear sky of light and peace. Let us rise above praise and blame, kiss and kick, success and failure. Let us not murmur over blinding pains and oppressive grief and anguish. Let us not cry to heaven for relief from hell. Let us try ourselves and solve the riddle from within. Let us know the cosmic law of life, live a higher life of peace and bliss and truth life. Redemption comes with the crucifixion. The I must be crucified, egoism must be crucified, and you have hope and accompany my inward journey. Let us go into the mine of the minds and try to find out the cause of our illness. Training of the minds. Many seekers pose the question, how to control the minds and what is mind? We answer them plainly, never mind minds. Be yourself and mind will mind itself. Every part of our human mechanism has a function, just as hands and feet have their functions. Hands cannot walk and feet cannot eat. The mind has its own function of thinking and discriminating. If the thinking power is directed towards this self, it becomes ennobled. The mind evolves towards self-poise and self-peace by yoga. If it jumps through the senses and wanders restlessly, it brings into the being all sensations which become perceptions, conceptions and impressions, samskaras and sankalpas. Samskaric egoism is the greatest impediment to peace and self-realization. Mind is a mystery storehouse of past impressions and ruminations. It cannot be forcefully controlled. Bundles of sankalpas, samskaras and karmas are huddled in its corners. These are impediments to peace. There are three kinds of karmas: sanchita, the past store; prarabdha, action done in the previous birth; and agamya, karma produced now to be enjoyed after. There are actions and their results from the long past, enjoyed a bit at present and extended to future births. It is very difficult to wash them off. They lie in ambush, ready to jump upon us and dislocate our undertakings. You will close yourself in a lonely room, but these karmas will drag you to the street and lead you by force. The mind, like a drunken imp possessed by a black devil, keeps violently tossing about here and there. Handle it gently and tame it to do some useful work. Sing to good songs and keep silent, steeped in good stories and hearing good discourses. When a painter paints pictures, he forgets other thoughts. When a poet composes his songs, he forgets the pinch of poverty. An Indian sculptor was fashioning the image of Christ on the cross. An Italian sculptor was fashioning image of Christ on the cross. It came out so exquisitely that another sculptor was jealous of him. The latter reviled him. The master sculptor was deaf to his vulgar words. The villain smote him with a stone and blood was dripping from his head. And the sculptor said, "Ah, Christ, this is your blood dropping from your friend." The sculptured drops of blood falling from the cross. He felt the wound only when the work was finished. The villain accepted the genius of the master and fell at his feet. Like this, you must forget the worries of life by engaging the mind in art, music, holy concerts. This is the first step to train the mind. The second is to give some interesting routine work to the body and the senses. That work must be done with a spirit of dedication. Weaving garlands, gathering flowers, cleaning the floor, gardening, washing clothes, or any useful work can be done with the name of God, Ram, Hari, Krishna, Shiva, Om, Christ, Jehovah, Allah, etc. One name must be chosen and muttered silently as you do the work. For instance, person there? Nice. For instance, the inmates of the Yoga Samaj sweep the floor with the mantra Om, Shuddha Shakti Om in their mouth. They feel it in their heartbeats. Even doing the mantra in a rosary, send them to sleep often. Japasadam is a powerful way of controlling the mind. As you walk, repeat the mantra and walk to its rhythm. Mahatma Gandhi used to repeat Ram Nam as he walked. He had a rosary with which he did japam. But later on, he muttered Ram Nam as he stand in the Kisan Charka. Then he did it with each heartbeat and breath, and the mantra became natural to him. He breathed in Ramanam and breathed his last saying, Hey Ram. Mahatma Ji never spoke, at least